Okay, happy October, y'all. What's up? The man in the black mask, he's back after a long hiatus, and now he's found a big story to share with y'all. Okay? Let me just scratch myself real quick. Yeah, face itches, but it's okay. Here I am now. Okay? The man in the black mask, he's back. And he's heard about a rash of incidents that happened at Rikers Island, and there's a fucking big crisis down there. There's a big crisis down there with the inmate deaths and the assaults on both inmates and staffers alike. And yeah, this is one of the stories that I'm finally bringing out with you to share with you. I don't know if y'all heard it, but I read it, okay? Inmate murder suspect breaks corrections officer's jaw on Rikers Island. Okay? Yes. Inmate murder suspect breaks Rikers Island correction officer's jaw. And I read this stuff on a poster. And it says Rikers officer's jaw broken by inmate held on murder charges. Yes. He was accused of strangling his girlfriend. And now he went from strangling his girlfriend all the way to smashing a CO's jaw with one deft punch, one deft move. This guy got really sneaky and fucked up a guy's jaw. I'm telling you, this pandemic has caused a lot of people to lose their minds, especially those that's in jail or prison. And trust me, if I was locked up during the pandemic, shit, I'd probably go crazy my goddamn self. You know? I'm sure a lot of you can relate, to being locked up, either in jail or in prison, or in a psych ward or whatever, and you just want to fucking bug out, man, and fuck up the first person that says anything to you, regardless of if it's good or bad. You don't want nobody to talk to you, don't want nobody to look at you. Okay? Now, I'm going to read this story to you, and maybe you can like and subscribe and comment underneath the window and tell me what you think. Okay? Start fix this real quick. Okay? Are we ready? Okay, let's begin, shall we? Okay, I am coming. A Rikers Island inmate accused of murdering his girlfriend broke a staffer's jaw while being allowed to join a cushy work detail, said a jail source and the Correction Officers Benevolent Association on Monday, hence COBA. Ernest Wright, 29, was en route to a special work assignment, a perk, quote-unquote, unheard of for detainees with such violent rap sheets, let alone murder, of course, at the Donald J. Cranston Judicial Center on Friday morning, when a corrections officer detected contraband on him, according to the source in COBA, the City of Department of Corrections and court records. Now, hear this one. The officer tried to return Wright to his housing area, but while escorting him back, the inmate punched our officer in the face, breaking his jaw. Oh, fuck. COBA President Benny Blasio Jr. said in the news release. He broke his fucking jaw, man. Broke his face. Jesus. The officer will need to undergo surgery, and yet his assailant was simply transferred to another facility and remains in general population and has not been rearrested, the union statement said. They see that too. The union statement see that the fact that this guy that just busted an officer's jaw was not rearrested and put in isolation. Because had that been me, trust me, they would have put my ass in isolation, but not before rearresting me on charges. They probably knew something about Ernest Wright and decided to treat him specially, but trust me, had that been me, I wouldn't have got special treatment. I don't know what the fuck the story is, but I do know it's kind of bizarre. So you ought to take note of that. Blasio slammed what he called Mayor Bill de Blasio's failed policies regarding Rikers and said His Honor should pick up the phone and personally apologize to the officer who was attacked. The union, referencing a staffing crisis at the jail that the mayor and the DLC has blamed on officers failing to report to work, added, "This is the environment our officers must endure day in and day out, while we are labeled as being AWOL and scapegoated for the crisis Mayor Bill de Blasio's criminal negligence has caused." Now, trust me, if I was a CO at Rikers Island and all this shit was happening, I wouldn't report to work. I wouldn't give a Fuck what my boss said. I'm not gonna sign up to work if I'm gonna get fucked up down here, or possibly even killed. I'm not gonna sign the fucking paper and clock in just so that some motherfucker can break my head or my jaw, or cut my face with a shank, or stab me in the fucking eye or whatever. I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm not gonna let you fuck me on the job. I can fuck me. You can't fuck me. But what if I can fuck you? But you definitely ain't gonna fuck me. How about that? Don't ever try to fuck me. Think about what Sosa said to Tony and Scarface. Meanwhile, he should have learned his fucking lesson. Otherwise, he wouldn't have got shot in the back. All he had to do was kill the politician, but he fucked that up. All right, back to Rikers. A DLC rep said Friday's incident is under investigation. And that was September 17th, of course. No, September 24th. Assaulting one of our officers is never acceptable. We are investigating this incident and we will pursue rearrest as necessary, the rep said. A jailhouse source said inmates with gang affiliations or serious felony charges against them, such as Wright, aren't supposed to be given work assignments in facilities outside where they're housed. Such details are considered a privilege, the source said. They're right. The department cuts a lot of corners to keep the peace with inmates, especially problematic ones. And it always backfires, the source said. Someone higher up approved this, and allowing someone with a long history of violence to work outside the facility is really unheard of and unsafe for everyone. Whoever said this, they're right. If the department stood by rules that are in place for a reason, this may have been avoided. The source said the outside work detail gives the inmates a break from the environment of the housing area all day, and that many times they've got preferential recreation period when on such assignments. Wright, who has at least 16 prior arrests, has been locked up since March for allegedly strangling his girlfriend, 26-year-old Kayla Estevez, in a Times Square hotel room, Hawk said. I don't know how she was strangled. She must have done it to herself. Wright, who was also charged with criminal possession of ecstasy, allegedly told investigators at that time. Well, he was lying. He was trying to get out of a murder charge, but it didn't work. They knew that he had killed his girlfriend, Miss Kayla Estevez, and they booked him up on murder charges and tossed him at Rikers Island. Because had his story checked out, he wouldn't be at Rikers in the first place, and that fucking CO wouldn't have had his face busted. Think about it. Most of Wright's previous arrests are for assault, but he also faced charges for robbery, police sources said. He was arrested on 2 felony charges in February for allegedly beating up his 75-year-old father. Oh, son of a bitch. And the year before, he allegedly pushed his way into an apartment and attacked a 3-year-old. Oh, this fucking asshole. Oh. So first he beats up his father, now he beats on a little fucking child, man, who is not related to him, who is neither his son nor his daughter, and he wants to beat up a fucking 3-year-old. Now he's definitely going to get ass fucked in jail. Watch. When he goes to prison, they're going to fuck him in his ass, and fucking Bubba, whether black or white, is going to make the guy his bitch. I have no respect for people that fuck with kids for no reason, let alone elderly people. Blasio said in a statement, every day that the Blasio remains in office puts more of our brave officers' lives in grave jeopardy. He cannot leave office soon enough. The union noted the latest mayor's management report found 1,200 correction officers have been assaulted by inmates over the past year and that they continue to be victimized by unprovoked attacks. Now, I understand what's causing such an uproar, the spate and violence, not only affecting the inmates, but also the COs. And yes, in 6 years, Rikers Island is supposed to close. So those of you that's on Rikers Island that's locked up, every man, woman, child out there that's behind bars and can't get out on bail, whatever, I will pray for you, okay? I'm sure Khalid Browder from heaven, he's praying for you too. Rest in peace to Khalid Browder, man. They didn't have to do him like that. You know what I'm saying? I think they set him up for him to kill himself. I do believe Khalid Browder was set up in a way. Which if he wasn't, he'd still be alive. This whole thing started with the stolen backpack. So, yeah. Still fucked me to this day because I was once in jail. I was once an inmate. I knew plenty of people that have been in jail and prison that might have experienced some really weird shit. Either to them or in front of them. But it's never a pretty sight. Okay? It ain't easy being in jail or prison. So all of you want to be tough guys out there, Think about what you're doing, because this could be you. You could be next behind the slammer. So whatever you're doing, stop. So yeah, I will be back for the Britney Spears story, okay? Because that's one of my favorite stories to talk about with you in terms of conservatorship, because that system is broken. And so is Rikers, especially with Bill de Blasio in office, even though he's going to be leaving soon. But a lot of you are wondering, what will the jail look like once Bill de Blasio leaves office? What will the entire justice system look like in general once Bill de Blasio leaves office? Think about it. I'm thinking about it. So just pray that, Eric Adams wins for mayor and reshapes the justice system. The one thing I didn't like about Adams was because he was a cop himself. I just want him to make a difference. That's all. That's not to say I'm in support of police officers because of their bizarre tactics, but I'm in support of what's right, mainly, and not what's wrong. I will never support what's wrong. Until my dying day, I will always support what is right, never what is wrong. So, anyway, thank you for listening to the Man in the Black Mask, and he'll be back another time to talk about Britney Spears, okay? Because I'm glad her conservatorship is coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? This is fucking bullshit. So anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment underneath the screen and tell me what you think about this whole thing. You know, please voice your opinion. The Man in the Black Mask wants to hear from you really bad, okay? Everybody deserves to tell their story, and everything requires an opinion, okay? That's why I signed up for this channel, to talk with the world. Because, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot that needs to be talked about and shared between us. And much of the world deals with our personal struggles. You know what I'm saying? People like me can relate to some of the struggles that plague us to this day, especially the black community. Me being a black person myself and I'm disabled and everything. And thank you for supporting the Man in the Black Mask. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a question underneath the screen, and tell me what you think about this whole mess. So until then, good luck, be well, and have a good evening. Good luck to you all, and thank you for your service.